This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather, ho there, Chef Gunner Dabby, welcoming to another Sports Catastrophe Birthday Boy. And the birthday boy for today, September the 29th, is a honorable British middle distance runner. He's a politician. As a middle distance runner, he was good for Great Britain in the Olympics. He would have massive rivalries. In his athletics career, with a couple of middle distance runners too, named Steve. Anyway, he was good. He was actually the head of the London 2012 Olympic bid that won the Summer Games for London. He was even named vice president of the International Association of Athletics. And in 2015, he was elected president of the IAAF. So he was a conservative MP for Falmouth from 92 to 97, and then he's a life peer in May 2000. He is Sebastien Coe, or Lord Coe as he likes to be called. So anyway, he was born in London, September 29, 1956. His mother actually was of half Indian descent, born to a Punjabi father and English mother. Coe would like to do cross country and all that. Coe would actually get everyone in line, encouraging the public's attention. March of 1977, when he competed at the 800 meters in the European Indoor Championships, winning in 1:46.54, just short of the world indoor record. He ran in a few other events, winning and all that. He would show progression in the middle distances because he had an ankle injury while out on a training run. He would face Steve Ovett, his first great rival. He first ran it in a cross-country race at 72. Their first major race as professionals was 1978 at the 800 meters at the European Championships. Coe took third to Ovett's second place, but East Germany's Olaf Bayer won. They both did great pace and all that. Coe would actually win the Lochreed 4-mile road race in Ireland in a time of 17 minutes 54 seconds, defeating a couple of long distance icons and breaking Brandon Foster's course record. So anyway, he could do the mile much better than anything. He used to be a 100 meter guy. But anyway, Sebastien Coe would have 3 world records in 41 days. He had his 800 meter record in Oslo at 1:42.33, and I can't remember how long that lasted. I think it was like 20 plus years. He broke the record for the mile also in Oslo with 3:48.95, then broke the world 1500 meter record with 3 minutes 32 seconds in Zurich. So he looked pretty impressive. He held all 4 middle distance world records at the same time: the 800, the 1000, the 1500, and the mile. Although the 1000 and the mile were not Olympic events, the 8 and 15 were. Well, he held them for 1 hour before Ovett broke the mile record. At the Olympics in 1980, Great Britain allowed their athletes to go if they so pleased, whereas many countries like Canada and the United States weren't so lucky. But I mean, it was a boycott against Russia trying to break into the world with communism. I mean, that's understandable, but still. Anyway, Ovett and Coe each won an Olympics race. But the strange thing is, Ovett won at Sebastien Coe's specialty, the 800, whereas Coe did it at Ovett's specialty, the 1500. Coe had finished second behind Ovett in the 800 meters. Ovett took third in the 1500 meter. In fact, it was the first time Ovett was defeated in 3 years at the 1500 meters. So Coe and Ovett were really big rivals with each other and all that. and it was huge and all that. Coe was supposed to win the 800 meters at the European Championships in Athens in 1982, but he finished second. And he had glandular fever of the glands. He had to withdraw from the 1500 meters. Coe would still be okay. He set world indoor records at 800 and 1000 meters, but he would have health problems. He had a bout of toxoplasmosis, as it is described, a parasitic disease with neuropsychiatric and behavioral conditions. He would have to miss the first World Championships of Athletics, and he had to spend several months in and out of hospital. He returned to competition in 1984. Thankfully, he was okay enough to compete at the 8 and 1500 meters at the Olympics. But unfortunately, he took second in the 800 meters behind Joaquim Cruz of Brazil. But in the 1500 meter final, he actually won the race at 3:32:53. But injuries would kind of hurt him in a sense. He tried to advance past the 1500 meters in the trials in Birmingham to make it to the British 88 Olympic Games team, but he was not. He had shown some good form, but unfortunately altitude training ruined him as he picked up a chest infection. The Daily Mirror wanted the IOC president Juan Antonio Samaranch to have the rules changed in Coe's favor. And India said they were going to include him because of his mother's Indian heritage, but he didn't. He still did pretty well in the 80 and 1500 meters. He would retire from competitive athletes in 1990. One of the most key things was a scene in the 1981 film Chariots of Fire, which recreates a race in which competitors attempt to run around the perimeter of the Great Court in the time it takes the clock to double strike the hour at midday or midnight. That's 12. Many have tried to run the 367 meters around the court in the 43 seconds it takes for the chimes to hit 12. But only two people, David Sisso and Sam Dobbin, would break that, would be the only ones. Coe thought he did it in 1988. Unfortunately, Coe was 12 meters short of the finish line when the last chime sounded, so obviously that time didn't count. So he was a member of parliament for the Conservative Party, but lost in 97. He was actually chief of staff for leader of opposition William Hague. He got a life peerage. Anyway, Sebastien Coe was made to be the main guy to help London get the 2012 Olympics. He knew about the diplomatic finesse, and it worked. London survived over Paris and Madrid to host the 2012 Summer Olympics. Coe actually attended the 2010 Winter Games in Vancouver to see how the city coped with the challenges of hosting. Lord Coe noticed that the games are gradually recorded from its tumultuous start, and actually praised the Vancouver Olympic Committee by meeting unforeseen challenges such as Cyprus Mountains' warm weather. Anyway, he did it. Coe was actually appointed the first chairman of the FIFA Ethics Committee about conflicts of interest and breaches of FIFA rules. But he stood down from that position trying to get England to get the 2018 World Cup to England, which failed. It went to Russia. But Coe was named vice president of the International Athletics Federation. And when Lamine Diack, who was the president, wanted to step down in 2013, Coe was obviously made there and all that. He would defeat another Olympic legend, Sergei Bubka, by a score of 115.92. So anyway, Coach was elected part of the International Olympic Committee July 2020. In his personal life, he actually married a badminton person, Nikki McIrvin, to have 4 kids, 2 sons, 2 daughters, but it ended in divorce after 12 years. Coe would actually begin a relationship with Carol Annette, who was the daughter of a former England cricket captain, Mark Smith. Coe is a worldwide ambassador for Nike. All that. And he was actually part of the Olympic torch relay along the Stanley Park seawall in Vancouver. Arnold Schwarzenegger was a previous runner, and then he gave it to a 19-year-old member of the Squamish community. That was cool. Coe likes Chelsea, and he retired from the House of Lords January 31st, 2022. But what was weird was he's actually colorblind. That's kind of weird. But he did it. So yeah, he set a world record in the 800 meters that was not broken for a long time. His 141.73 has been only broken 8 times. And Wilson Kepketer of Denmark was the one who did it in Cologne in 1997. So 16 years. I was off by a few years, but that's okay. Lord Coe, he is. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.